Bologna won, Aston Villa 3. Um, Good win, great win to take home for the next round. I am happy, but slightly concerned. Um, Performance tonight wasn't the best. Uh, I feel like Una Emery got bailed out tonight by his players. It wasn't a match that was really good to watch. To be honest, we were awful in the first half. Very lucky to get our goal. Um, it looks like we kind of upped our tempo in the second half, which is something that we seem to do in Europa League. Start slow in the first half and then kind of explode in the second half and finish the game off, kill the game off type thing. Um, but we're playing Bologna. Um, I feel like we should have took the game to them and kind of saw this game off by about 60 minutes. Like, it wasn't great. Um, Tactically, they outclassed us. Um, every time our defence had the ball, they must have had at least six people between our defenders and our midfield. Closing them down, trying to get the ball back. There was no defending in that Bologna team, which is why obviously Emi Martinez kicked the ball long a few times to Watkins and Rogers, but it just wasn't working in the first half at all. Um, it's a shame really because we've had 2 weeks off. We thought we would have come into this game raring to go. Um, we should have went 1-0 down, but for a lucky offside break, we managed to stay in the game. Um, but yeah, let's not be negative here. Um, like I said, the performance is awful, but we've got the win. In knockout stages, this this is the right way to go about things. In the league, I moan and say the most important isn't the 3 points; it's the performance and how you um, take that performance into your next games. Because a lot of the time we've been winning and then playing awful the next game, and it's like we played awful in our win. So in knockout football, we got to take these wins, man. We got to take these wins. I'll be totally honest. Yeah, this trophy is there for the taking. It's basically in our hands, and we need to try and keep hold of it. And the only way we're going to do that is by putting in good performances. But if we get to the final and win the final, playing like this, I don't care. I don't care. I really don't care. Knockout football, like I said, all you need to do is win the games that are in front of you. It's the most you can do. Good performance, bad performance, knockout football, that's just how it is on the day. Yeah. It's about putting the ball in the back of the net and just moving on to the next round and taking it one game at a time. And that's why I'm not really too bothered about our performance tonight. If you look back at last season, the way Tottenham won the Europa League, same sort of thing. They were awful and they won. If we're awful and we win, I've got no complaints. I'm going to be out there parading shamelessly, trophy in hand. Yeah, beer in one hand, trophy in the other hand. going nuts. But I'm just saying, it's not pretty to watch. It's not pretty to watch, but we got the job done. Yeah. Taking this performance into our next Premier League game, it's clear to see that we need to, well, not even we, like Emery, needs to start thinking how he's going to overload the midfield. We're getting absolutely ran down the midfield. When Onana and Tielemans have the ball, they have no options except to go wide to the fullbacks. And then from the fullbacks, it goes back to the centre-backs. Then from the centre-backs, it goes back to the goal kick and we start again. It doesn't really hit the centre attacking midfielder much. So in this game, we didn't really have a centre attacking midfielder. Rodgers was up there with Watkins. Like I said, it didn't work. It didn't work. Let's be honest, it didn't work. There was nothing about our tactics and formation that won us the game today. Nothing. If I can't remember, let me just have a look, see who scored the first goal because my mind's kind of a bit blank. So there we go. First goal, Ezri Konsa from a corner. Okay. Second goal, we close down, they make a mistake, comes to Watkins, slots it away. Third goal, from a corner again, sloppy by Bologna, leave Watkins and another goal. So nothing from our performance gave us that win at all. At all. And it's disappointing that because we've had, like I said, we've had 2 weeks off to formulate some sort of plan. We've come here to Bologna. We've should have lost. And we've learned absolutely nothing about the team going forward. So now we've got to go into our next game. Sunday, Nottingham Forest. Yeah, another contender in this competition. We got to go into Nottingham Forest away from home with nothing to look forward to, really. Nothing really to look forward to. Maybe one thing, Ollie Watkins back on the scoring list. But like I said, sloppy corner, and he did well with his chance to slot the ball between the keeper's legs for his first goal. But if you look at individual performances, team support, team performance, the way we move the ball around the pitch, our tempo, our kind of lack of closing down, it's not a sight to be excited about going into a game with relegation strugglers who want to stay up. So they're going to be putting their heart and soul on the line on Sunday. Heart and soul. Where does that leave us? With a performance like that, we're not going to outclass them. With a performance like that, we don't seem hungry to want to win. Yeah, like there's really not much I can say. Like there's not much we've learnt from this game. The only thing I can say we learnt from this game is that Matty Cash got absolutely destroyed, man. Jonathan Rowe, easily the best player on the pitch. Easily. And I'm saying this, yeah, he has got to be our first signing of the season. He's direct. He looks to get crosses in at the earliest opportunity. He's got a shot on him. He knows where the goal is. He plays with a lot of confidence. And tonight he had Matty Cash on toast, man. He had Matty Cash stressing. I don't know how Cash came out of that game without a yellow card, but Matty Cash was stressing. And Jonathan Rowe is someone that we should sign tonight. We should sign him tonight. Why mess about? That's the way Ferguson bought Cristiano Ronaldo. He said, I'm not leaving this stadium without this player. And I'd do the exact same thing, man. He provides something completely different for us. And I don't think the price is going to be too high. 35 million max. So yeah, I think he should be an obvious target. It's a position that we need. It's a type of player we need. Like I said, we lack wingers. When Sancho goes, Marlon goes, we've basically got nothing for the wing. We have Leon Bailey, but I don't expect him to be here after the summer. So why not, man? Why not? Take the risk, Unai. Take the risk. Speaking of yellow cards, am I the only one who thinks Morgan Rogers should have been sent off tonight? He clearly got a yellow card, and I've looked at it in the 31st minute, and then they end up getting another yellow card in the 85th minute. And you see the way Unai clocked onto this, and he subbed him off as quickly as possible. Like, it's something that I take. I'm not complaining, but it's a shambles. That's a shambles, and hopefully that doesn't result in us getting any sort of unfair treatment, like bans or suspensions or fines or anything like that, because it's not something that's in our hands, something that's in the referee's hands. So hopefully it just gets overlooked from here. But yeah, Morgan Rogers we can't really afford to have him not playing the second leg, even though he was awful tonight. I don't know what kind of superstar status he's trying to get, but he's just overplaying, man. Overplaying. He's sticking onto that ball too long. He's not making the right passes. He's doing flicks and tricks in his own half and losing possession of the ball. And it's not a good sight to see, man. This is probably the worst version of Morgan Rogers I've seen. And I don't know whether it's because he wants to leave the club, or something's happening behind the doors, or he's starting to gain an ego or some sort of attitude, but this ain't Morgan Rogers, man. This ain't him. He's not playing with fun. He's not playing with any excitement. He doesn't really look like he's enjoying himself. And it's just not a great sight to see, is it? So hopefully something gets sorted. But like I said, we can't afford for Morgan Rogers to not be playing in the second leg. So hopefully that bypasses. But we won. We win. We won. You know what I mean? Like, how we can't complain. We can't complain. It's a knockout game, and right now we're in a great position. Remember to like the stream. Please comment on some of the things that I've said. I'd highly appreciate it if you can get back to me, whether you agree with what I'm saying, whether you disagree with what I'm saying, and your opinions matter. Also, please subscribe so you know when I'll be going live, when you put your notification bells on. But I'm Key. Thank you all for viewing this video. Aston Villa 3, Bologna 1. Peace.